So we've got our sketchbook because we're doing all of our projects from our sketchbook. And I already did a quick sketch because I knew that you guys could just, take some time and play with this kind of a thing. But it's kind of light because I have always told you, draw light till you know it's right. And I wasn't quite sure about my lines yet. But what I first want you to do for this project is turn the paper horizontally. So I turned mine with the binding on the top. Okay. So horizontally is going to be able to fit your words on there. So you want to do your name, and you can do your first name or your last name or a nickname. Okay. If you want to do that, it just has to have several letters in it. Okay. More than two. All right. So we're going to do our name in the middle, and then we're going to add an outline around and then some designs around that. Let me click over to and show you the example of a finished one so you guys have that in your mind. My sketch of my graffiti name. So what I'm going to do first, and I'm going to draw over it so you guys see it darker, is I did the bones of my letters and then I did the outline. And now I'm going to go over the outline. You can go over it with your pencil, or if you're pretty confident on where your lines are, you can go ahead and go over it with your marker. Once you have your letters drawn out, you're going to go over them with either a black marker or your Sharpie marker. I like to use a Sharpie because they're just a little bit more crisp and clear. They don't fade, or if you happen to get any kind of water on them or anything, that they don't run. All right, so you want to make sure you've got these letters placed on your page really big in the middle. You want to go over your lines and make sure that these overlap. And then you're going to add a little bit of a shadow. Now, things to remember about a shadow. It's important to choose what side your light's coming from and do the shadow on the opposite side. So if my light was coming from this direction, my shadows would all be on this side. Think about how light hits an object when you're standing outside and it's sunny. Same kind of thing. Okay. So when I have my Sharpie and I go over my lines, then I want to have a shadow down on the bottom. Okay. See how the lines are thicker where there's no shadow, and then thinner where there's a shadow. No. I said that opposite. Thinner where there's no shadow, thicker where your shadow is. Okay. So my shadow is going to be down here. Down here. And if you want to fill in your shadow with your pencil first, because that makes you feel more comfortable, because you don't want to mess it up, then that's fine too. Things to remember when you're outlining with pen or marker is to look right ahead of where you're going to place your mark. So you want to look just ahead of your pen or your marker, and then let your marker follow your eyes. That helps get you a nice, smooth line a little easier. Okay? Okay. So I'm getting pretty much all of the shadowing in. I can always go back later and add. That's another good thing about a Sharpie is it goes over those colored pencils really well. We're going to use colored pencils to add the color. So if you want to come add some more detailing in later, you can. And that Sharpie just goes right over it. Okay. I'm doing mine a little bit quicker just for demonstration purposes. You guys will probably take a little bit more time. I understand. You'll have this class period. You'll have tomorrow when you're not in your small group meets also. Okay. So I've got pretty much my black outline. And then I've done this shape just around the lettering. Okay, and we want to have a shape back there because we want to be able to have space to put another color. All right, so we're going to choose 3 colors. This is all in your instructions, but I'm just letting you guys know so you can tell what colors that I chose. So remember, I've got one monochromatic color scheme in the lettering, a different monochromatic color scheme in the outline, and then another monochromatic color scheme in the background. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do red for the inside of my letters, and I chose this based on the emotion of color. And you guys are going to need to go back and look at that that PDF. It has the emotion of color. Last Wednesday we talked about what color we're feeling that day, and so we're going to use that for this project. This inside our letters is going to represent how we feel inside. So this is our internal feelings. This is how we feel inside. And then our background color is going to be our external feelings, or how we portray ourselves to the world. Okay, so you'll look at that chart and you'll match your feelings to what it says your color is. This inside part here, this outline, the inside of the outline, that's just going to be your color choice, okay? But whatever colors you pick, they have to go from dark to medium to light. So I would do the entire, I'm going to do one letter for you guys, okay? I would color the entire letter with super light pressure. So I'm using red, but I want it to go from light to medium to dark. So first I'm starting with really light pressure, light, light, light. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to come back over about halfway, and I'm going to make it a little bit darker. So my light is fading into medium right here. You can see where it's getting a little bit darker. Okay, I'm going to do my medium all the way down. It's going from light to medium. And I'm just kind of putting a little bit more pressure on it so that the pencil gets a little bit darker. Okay. Now at the bottom here, I'm going to push pretty hard and I'm going to get my dark. Okay. Now, you want to have a smooth transition from light to medium to dark like we did last week with our flowers. So remember, we don't want it to look like candy corn. So then we want to come back up and add more layers and ease up on our pressure as we go into the medium. So it needs to go light to medium to dark. And we change that. And notice I did not change the pencil. I'm using the same pencil. I'm just changing how hard I push, changing my pressure. Okay, we also want it nice and smooth and not to be able to see a whole lot of pencil strokes. So the way we do that is we just go over it and over it and over it in different directions. Okay, then when I get back up to the top, I'm going to go super light again, super light in an opposite direction, trying to smooth out my pencil strokes. Okay, so it should go light to medium to dark. So I would continue working on this, and I would continue to smooth out the lines so to make sure it doesn't look like candy corn, right? And then I would do all of my letters with this color, light to medium to dark, light to medium to dark, light to medium to dark, okay? Because this color represents my internal feelings, or how I feel on the inside, okay? The second color, I'm going to go light to medium to dark on the outline, but this color I just chose because I like it. It's purple. And I'm going to really lightly go over, and I'm just going to do this small section that's right by the S. Otherwise, our demo will last forever. You watching me color. Okay, so I'm pressing really light because up at the top, I'm going to keep it light. Okay, it's light to medium to dark. So I've gone over the whole area, then light, and now I'm going to push a little bit harder here in the middle, just slightly, because that makes it medium. And I'm going to bring that medium pressure all the way down. Okay. Now I'm going to come back in and go really dark, 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 dark at the bottom. And remember, I'm going to change the direction of my pencils so that I don't really have that many pencil lines. I'm going to try to get it as blended as possible because I don't want to stripe. See right there, there's too much of a stripe going on. So I need to blend that out. Which means I need to keep working back and forth and with my pressure. Okay, so with one pencil, I've created a monochromatic color scheme. I've got purple, and I've got light, medium, and dark purple. Okay, I'm going to keep working because I know I've got some lines going on. I've just created some more. You can bring your eraser up and try to get some of the pencil out if you feel like it's gotten a little dark. But these Crayola pencils don't like to come off the paper very easily. So I would just work with what you put down. Okay, and then just keep working on that and make sure that it's smooth. So you've got light, medium, and dark purple. Okay, now this paint splatter, I'm going to go ahead and fill in black. Once I fill that in black, then I can do my background, and I'm going to do that in green, same way, light, medium, dark. And that's everything that's not the paint splatter. So for example, this little section, I'm just going to fill in completely. You know, for example, we'll just do this one little section. And then you can see that I'll fill in the background with my green. So that would be everything that's left of the paper. Okay? It's going to take a little bit to get the colored pencil down and get it smooth. And I understand that. That's why we're taking the rest of this class and then the extra time that you have tomorrow to finish this project. Okay? I hope you guys enjoy.